Hey guys, okay, so here we go. This is our alphabet and numbers 0 through 9 video for our first class here. So as we go, I'm going to try to give you memory aids. That way it can help you remember what hand shape goes with that letter. I figure if you have a memory aid, a lot of times it's easier. So this is the letter A. And this finger here, don't worry about this finger. This is not something you have to do. This is something as an interpreter I do to draw attention to my hand. So to show you where you need to be focusing, this is the area you're focusing in. So if you happen to see my finger go up here on my hand, that's not something you have to do. It's kind of just steadying my hand to make sure you're paying attention to this. So ignore this hand whenever I put it up like this. So this is A. And you can think of A because a little A has a little tail that comes off of it when you write it. So your thumb is kind of like that little tail. So that's A. B is like this with your thumb in. And you can remember this one because it's a big letter. Your hand's pretty wide open. So this is a B. This is a C. Now, because of the video, I'm not sure which direction it's going to be looking to you. But your palm should be in. So if you're left-handed or right-handed, whichever it is, your palm is going to be in towards the center of your body. C. And it looks like a C, so it's a natural sign. D. Okay, so I'm going to turn my hand so you can see it. You put your 3 fingers on your thumb, and your palm is face in again. So if you look at your hand, and I'll see if you can see it, it kind of looks like a little D when you're looking at it, at least when you're right-handed. When you're left-handed, it probably looks differently. But anyway, so that's D, palm in. So the paper, it doesn't look like palm in, it looks like palm out, but it should be palm in, so D. This is E. Now, E is one of those letters that a lot of people sign differently. It just kind of depends on how flexible your hand is. Some people will bring their E in with their thumb. That's correct. Some people have it open. That's correct too. Some people really have it open. That's okay. It just depends on your flexibility with your hands. This is how I tend to do my E. So again, if it's all the way closed, that's fine. If it's all the way open, that's okay too. It's wherever you're most comfortable. It's palm out on this letter. So here's E. And it's a tight letter, just like a little E. Okay? F. Now, the picture shows it with the fingers together. That's not the most correct. Most people tend to have their fingers open. This is a palm out letter. So your first and your thumb make a little circle, and your 3 fingers are up. You can kind of think of the lines that come off of an F when you write it, if that helps. This is the most mixed up letter. D and F people tend to mix up. So here's D again. First finger up, and this is F, okay? So you can think D comes first in the alphabet if that helps you to determine the difference between the two. So don't feel bad if you mix up D and F. It happens a lot. So that's F. G is like this. It's going to be palm in, and that is your first and your thumb pointing towards the center of your body. And you can think of it like you're grabbing a grape or you're picking something. We don't really do that movement, but that might help you think of how to put your hands. So that's G. Okay, H, you just stick that middle finger out. So you're going to have your first, second, and your thumb out. Okay, so H, and that's a palm in as well. So you can think of the 2 lines that come off when you write an H. This is I. It's your little finger. Sorry, the wall's kind of blending in with it a little bit. But this is your I. Make sure your thumb is not out for this letter. You need to have your thumb tucked in. You can put it in, you can put it in this way, whatever is most comfortable, but make sure that thumb is tucked in. So I is just your little finger. And J is just like your I, only you're going to make the shape of a J. You're going to draw a J in the air. Okay, and you're going to draw it down and towards the inside of your body. If you're left-handed, you're going to do the same thing. J. Okay, K. Now for this letter, this one's a little difficult, but that's okay. You're going to make a V, and you're going to stick your thumb in it. So this is a K. This is what it looks like. It's kind of in between a palm out and a palm in. It's kind of right in the middle. It'll feel most comfortable here. You don't want to do it like this because people can't see what letter you're signing. So it's kind of palm out. You can't go all the way out because it doesn't feel the best. It's just kind of right in between palm in and palm out. So that's a K. All right. L is a natural sign. It looks just like what you think an L should look like. So there's your L, just like that. This is an M. You're going to put your thumb under your first 3 fingers. And I know that that's a stretch for some people, but it'll start to feel more natural the more you do it. So here's your M, and you can think of a little M or a big M, how it's got those 3 legs that come off of the humps. It kind of looks like a little bit of an M. So there's your M, and that's a palm out. Your N is the same thing, only it's just 2 fingers instead of 3. So your thumb is going to go under those first 2 fingers, just like that. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. And it's kind of like a little N. Okay, it's got those 2 little legs on it. Okay. O is another natural sign. It's just your fingers come to your thumb and make a little O. It is a palm in, so you can't really see an O. It looks kind of like an E if it's palm out, which is why it's this way. So O. Okay. A P. Now for the letter P, we're going to start out with our K again. So for that K, you did 2 fingers with your thumb in between. Now a P is just an upside down K. All right, so you just flip that K upside down. So that's your P. Okay, so again, you take your 2 fingers, put your thumb in it, and then it's down. Okay, so K is up, P is down, same hand shape. Okay. Q is the same hand shape as G. So if you make your G again, which is that little, your little pinchers like you're grabbing a grape, you're going to make that G hand shape and then you're going to turn it down. So this is a Q. And if you think of the Q has that funny part that comes down when you write a lowercase q, I don't know if that'll help you. But as a palm down, this part of your hand should be showing. So Q. Okay. R. You're crossing your fingers like you're hoping to remember something. So an R, just going to cross those 2 fingers. Okay. S, that's a closed fist, so don't confuse it with A. Your thumb is across here in the front. An A was with that tail sticking out. The S is a closed fist. Okay, palm out. T, your first finger is going to come over your thumb. So it's like you're crossing your T. When you write, you cross your T. You're going to cross that thumb to cross your T in sign language. Okay? So that's a T. Okay? U. And it just kind of looks like a big U. If you were to draw on it, this is what it looks like. It's a U. Okay? V is a natural sign, kind of what you think of as a peace sign. This is your V. Again, it looks like the letter. W. This is not the number 3 in sign language. I'm going to tell you that right now. And this is why, because it's a W. So it looks like a W. Okay. X, it looks like a pirate's hook, kind of. So if you think X marks the spot, like pirates, maybe that will help you remember this hand shape. So X, you're just gonna, it's kind of, again, that in between a palm left and a palm front. It's just kind of right in between the 2. So X. Y kind of looks like the letter Y. And this is why it was important to tuck that thumb in on your I, because you don't want people to confuse it for a Y. So here's a Y. And then for a Z, you're just going to write a Z in the air the way you would write it on a piece of paper. The Z. Okay? So we're going to go back through those. I'm going to start at the beginning again. And I'm going to go a little bit quicker this time, but I'm just going to show them to you one more time. So this was the A with the little tail. B, it's a big letter. C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, N O P, it's that upside down K, Q, upside down G, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so you guys can move the video back if you need to see it again, but take a few minutes and practice your alphabet with each other. Help each other out if you need help, and I want you to try to finger spell your name. So like for me, it would be M-E-G, Meg. So try to spell your name. It's okay if you have to go slow. It's not about being fast, it's about being clear. So practice your name for a couple times. And then our next video I'm going to start is going to be numbers 0 through 9. So as soon as you guys feel like you're ready to start numbers, go ahead and switch to the numbers video.